Y'all remember this? Hop about the bed, turn my swag on, took a look in the mirror, said, what's up? Yeah, I'm getting money. Oh, did you catch that? There's a word in this. My good sis, Miss Carrie Baby said, hop up out the bed, turn my swag on. So essentially, we're putting on the full armor of God. Yeah. Take a look in the mirror, okay, and say, what's up? Yeah, I'm getting money. It's the affirmations for me. You hear that? Speak over yourself, okay? Encourage yourself, all right? That's what we need to be manifesting. Shoot. Just Carrie Baby with a prophetic word on this day. God, come on. Hey y'all, it's your girl Shannon Ray coming back at you with a brand new video on a brand new week. See that? Back to back on you. Get excited because we're gonna get into it. If you are new to the channel, I want to welcome you with the sincerest salutations. I'm sending out virtual hugs. I'm sending out all the love. The Hey Shannon Ray channel is a place where we come together and talk about life, different experiences, things that are going on. I try to look at things through a lens of humor because that's how I do life. But I would love to learn and share and grow with each and every one of you in the way that you do life. This channel will talk about a few different things that I mentioned that are major life themes, but we also talk about Jesus here. So if that's not for you, bye. No, really go. No, I'm sincere. I mean, you'll be missed. I'll pray for you. If you saw last week's video or any of the subsequent videos to come, you will find out that I'm not a preacher or a pastor. I'm just a girl trying to get it right. I introduced the kind of reinvention of what Hey Shannon Ray is going to bring to you content-wise, and I'm excited to dive in today because we're going to talk about our first topic series. No, I know. So excited. I mentioned last week, in addition to talking about different topics that are happening within my life and experiences that I'm having, I'm also going to be doing video topic series that really highlight some illumination or transformation I'm experiencing in my relationship with God. And so today I want to start the first topic series out with everyone, and I really can't wait to share. I tend to look at our physical journey on earth very similarly to the way that I look at our spiritual journey. On earth, we have 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. And I believe that in our spiritual lives, we also experience different seasons. In the spirit, we have the dry season, rainy season, sowing season, and a reaping season. This first topic series will be dedicated to discussing the rainy season. When I think about a rainy season, I am immediately filled with this sense of gratitude. And I'm not sure exactly where it comes from, but to me, the rain symbolizes abundance. It symbolizes getting clean, being made new. It really symbolizes to me a place for fertile ground, or to create fertile ground. It provides the nourishment. And only recently did I start to realize how devastating rain can be. Rain can be both a nurturer and a destroyer. It can be April showers or a hurricane. I'm in a place where I am somewhere in between a transition from a rainy season to the next. And I'm really learning all of the amazing blessings that come from being in that place. Some people look at it as trials and tribulations, and I absolutely won't take that away from you, because there have been trials, there are tribulations. None of us are gonna get out of this world without those seasons. But I really wanna talk about how to own your season, how to look at the rainy season as a place for your reestablishment, your refocusing, and really grab hold to the word that God has given you that led you to that place, or that God will reveal to you as you continue on. Now, you might not also be in a rainy season today. Maybe this is a word for you for tomorrow. Maybe it's a word for you for your friend. But I hope that you bear with me, because I really want to dig a little bit deeper in what it means to own this season, even if you don't enjoy the places that you're in, or own your situation, even if you don't want to be there. Something, something hood. Every time you see me, I look good. What I'm hearing is I don't look like what I've been carried. A word. Jesus is everywhere. Back on topic. Y'all come to find out I like to break things down in steps or key takeaways or best tips to get through things so that things are tangible and they work for me. That is the way that mine works for me. I don't think it's an end-all be-all exhaustive list, but I encourage you to try this out. I also encourage you to leave a comment down below and let me know if there are some additional things that I can be thinking about or adding to this list. The first key that I think is absolutely pivotal in owning your season is to anchor yourself. We talked a little bit about in the beginning how the rainy season could be a nice summer afternoon shower or a full-fledged hurricane. And for me, my rainy season was absolutely the latter. Do y'all know the, what do you call them? Snow globes. They are usually around during Christmas time. They have the ball on top of this whatever piece at the bottom, the sturdy piece at the bottom. There's usually something glued to, tethered to, anchored to the bottom of the snow globe. And inside you shake it up and there are all these different things that kind of spin around. It's glitter, it's fake snow or whatever it is, but it's usually just spinning and spinning around, and then you wait for it to land and create a beautiful scene. I felt like my life was absolutely a snow globe. You're waiting to shake it up and all these things are around you. It feels chaotic. It looks messy. You have no idea what things are gonna look like when they land. What I wanted to focus on being was whatever that structure was at the bottom of the snow globe, anchored, unmoved, and unchanging. Because I truly believed that once the shaking stopped, whatever was left whatever came down in the end would be more beautiful than what I started with. To anchor yourself, you have to be so clear about the word that you are hearing from God. Maybe that means you continue to write and journal. That's definitely something that I continue to do every day of my life. Or maybe it's studying the Bible and getting really serious about that. Google stories that are similar to yours in the Bible or themes that are similar to yours. If this is a rainy season, a season filled with trials and tribulations, look at Job. If you feel like you're being used in a way that you didn't expect, look at the story of Esther. Look at different things that you can really hold on to and anchor yourself to as you're going through this season. God has not left you. He is absolutely doing this for a reason. So anchor yourself in him as much as you can so that you can withstand the shaking. Look at different ways that you can change your environment. If everything is crazy at work, look for ways to create more peace at home. If you are having trouble at home, look at ways that you can take as much control in a positive way at work or with your health. Work out, take walks, whatever it is. Do what you have to do to anchor yourself as strongly as you can. One of the second most pivotal keys in really owning my rainy season was to truly embrace it. And that might sound crazy. The older you get, the more that we realize things might not turn out exactly as we planned them to turn out, or they might not turn out exactly as we hoped that they would. Being able to embrace whatever comes with the assurance and the faith that God is going to work it out for your good is one of the best ways to work through a rainy season, is just to embrace what's happening. When I was younger, I absolutely loved reading. I still do, but I was a voracious reader. Weekly, I was getting another book and finishing that book for that week, and sometimes 2 or 3 books in a week. As you get older, the books get bigger, so you kind of slow down with that. As you get older, life gets crazier, so you also slow down with that. But one of the things that I got out of the habit of doing was I would go and look at the end, the final pages, just to see if there was a happy ending. And I don't know, maybe that was just my childlike mind not wanting to see anything end up in any way other than a happy ending. But as I got older and realized that that's just not real life, that will never really be real life, I picked a book based on what the story was and let the story be what it is. And I think that that's the same way that we have to embrace our rainy season. Whatever this story is going to be, it is already written and ordained by God. We can't change his plan for us. We can't miss out on what's meant for us. We can't destroy what is intended for our good. So embracing the season and letting it be what God decides to let it be is easier said than done, for sure. But it's so important in maintaining your peace while you're going through the rainy season. The third key in really, is that a fly in here? It's a fly in here. There's a fly in here. I'm not crazy. There's an actual fly in here. Did y'all see the fly? Did the fly show up on camera? I'm not crazy. There's a fly in here. It's my fault too, because I had the patio door open because it got too cold, and I don't like to be cold, but I also don't like to be sweltering hot. Long story short, I was cooking as well, and so I do believe a fly came up in here trying to usurp some of my good hard-earned air conditioning that I paid for. They paid no rent. And let me just tell you, I hope this isn't like a PETA thing or whoever might be coming across this. I don't do flies. I don't like anything that will land on poop and then try to land on me. Not the same. The problem is though, I don't have a fly, what do you call that? A fly hitter, fly stopper, swatter. I don't have a fly swatter. I'm gonna have to get one of those because you can't stay here. Sorry, I digress. Back on topic. Do the work. That is the third key in maintaining yourself during the rainy season, owning the rainy season, is to really do the work. God wastes nothing. None of your experiences are in vain. Your rainy season most certainly is not in vain. Do the work while you're here, whatever that work may be. Maybe it's some self-reflection. Maybe this is the time that you need to be in therapy, pulling back the layers. Maybe this is the time that you need to explore why you made the decision that you did that led to the heartbreak. Maybe you need to explore why you choose the jobs that you choose. Maybe you need to explore different ways that you can improve your circumstances, whether that be financially or whatever it is that is causing you your strife, your trials during this rainy season. Do the work. This is fertile ground that we're creating here. You want to be prepared. You want to be ready to go into whatever is coming next. So take this moment to really dig your heels into whatever it is that God is trying to prepare you for, whatever it is he is trying to wipe away for you, whatever it is he is trying to make clean in you. Do the work. This key is pivotal because it helps to bring you out of those spaces when they come up. Speak life over yourself. Yes, you will be okay. Yes, you can do this. Yes, you will get through this. Yes, you have what it takes. Yes, God is with you. No, you are not alone. No, you are not making a mistake. No, it's not irreparable. No, it's not going to destroy you. You got this. You can do this. Speak life over yourself. You heard that word from God. Remind yourself of what he said about you. Remind yourself of who you're becoming. Remind yourself that you're worthy of it. Remind yourself that even though it's raining, you have what it takes to swim. If it feels like you're drowning, no matter what, you have a life raft. You have what you need to get through this, or else you wouldn't be here. God is providing. God has providence for you. You can get through this. You will get through this. It is not happening to you. It is happening for you. Be so careful in the way that you speak to yourself during this time. Things get dangerous in the dark. Things get dangerous when it's quiet. But make sure that you're the voice that you hear speaking positivity in life of yourself. If you're having trouble speaking for yourself, ask the Holy Spirit to intercede on your behalf. This is a moment. It will not last forever. Even if you've been in it for years, it still is not going to be the totality of your life. It is so important to continue to speak life, even if it feels like death. God's word will never come back void. You are going to make it. Speak over yourself. Encourage yourself. My praise team dreams are not void. I'm here with you, all right? If you need me to speak a little word, if you need me to sing a little song, I got you, boo. In this thing, together, all right? And this is my final key, and this one I want you to take seriously. Well, they're all serious, but this one should be a part of your daily practice. Maintain your praise. God is still a good God, even when it doesn't feel good, even when you feel like he doesn't have your back in this moment. It might feel quiet, it might feel lonely, but God is always good. Everything that he's doing, everything that he's allowing is for your good. Do not let anything take your praise. I've been studying the book of Esther. Growing up, I never really looked at Esther a lot in the Bible, and I was recently led to dive a little deeper. I think we all hear and see kind of that quote, such a time as this, that comes up from her story. But I wanted to know what that time was. I wanted to be really clear about what the story of Esther was. I kind of have a thing about wanting to really know about the women in the Bible. So that's what I'm on right now. I don't know if you know the story of Esther, but I can give you a quick background if it's helpful. So boom, Xerxes, he liked to stunt for the people, very much so the Diddy of his day. At that time, he owned half of the known world and the people. The folks, the good folks of Jesus, the Jews were, of course, in exile, trying to figure out life, trying to get back there. And it was a hard time for the people of Jesus. Per usual, he was insecure and he was out here trying to impress his homeboys when he decided that he wanted to show off his wife, Vashti. I think some people pronounce it Vashti. I prefer Vashti. Vashti was out there being beautiful, but at that time, the custom was to be demure. The custom was to, cover yourself. You were only for your husband. And so Vashti told him no when he tried to introduce her at a party to show off in front of his little friends. Because of that, Vashti was then exiled. She was no longer the queen. He needed a new queen. At this time, he had a prime minister named Haman. Haman had issues of his own. He had a little bit of a bullying complex, maybe a little Napoleon syndrome. He had a problem with the Jews. And so he had just put out a decree that the Jews were to be killed. The king needed a new queen, so he went looking and pilfering out in the land for a very beautiful woman. Enter Esther. Esther was essentially kidnapped from her house in traffic. Long story shorter, falls into the king's favor. Once she falls into the king's favor, she's able to talk with the king about what's going on with Haman and his boy. He convinces the king to stop with the genocide against the Jews. God elevates her to become queen. She's able to save her people in the process. And the very thing that caused her pain, the very place that she was in that was meant to destroy her, becomes the place that she's able to bless herself and others. What's interesting to me amongst all of that story is that God is actually not mentioned in that story at all. You don't see God written in there. You don't see anybody praying to God. But what you do see and feel is his intention behind every action. And I love that. I find that so interesting. While you can't see God, you don't hear God, you don't speak to God, you absolutely can feel him turning things around in this particular story. God used her tears, her pain, to motivate her to go and talk with the king to save herself and save her people. God reestablishes Israel and frees his people through her purgatory. The very place that the enemy meant for destruction becomes the very birthplace for glory. What part of the kingdom will God reestablish through your rainy season? Who is he raising you up to become? What will your testimony be on the other side? I speak praise over the rainy season, knowing that this season will propel me to do the work of the Lord. I sing his praises throughout all of this, even though there are moments where I really wonder the why of it, the how of it. But I thank God for the fact that he has not left me through any of it. I'm not completely on the other side. I'm still going through kinds of bits of the rainy season, but I see the beginning of a new season on the horizon. And so for that, I give God the praise because I can see that light at the end of the tunnel. I encourage you to just continue to maintain your praise. The rainy season is not for the faint of heart, and I'm not trying to make light of it whatsoever. But I do believe that you can own that season. I believe that God gave us the authority to own every piece of what happens to us. Even though we can't always control the situation, we can't always control all of our feelings about those situations, we do have the authority to speak to the storm. We have the option to go through it with grace and integrity and decide how we are going to name that season. Yes, it's a rainy season, but this season is getting me clean. It is wiping away old things. It is getting rid of the dirt that got attached to me. It is cleansing me of toxicity. It is wiping away sins that I have still been struggling with, that I was struggling to let go. Do not despise your rainy season. We all have them. We all have to go through them, and we will all make it through them. Rainy seasons are difficult, and there will be moments that you feel like you are drowning. I most certainly felt that way, but I hope that this video is helpful. If there are tips that you guys have too, please leave them in the comments or share. DM me. I would love to hear them. I'm still always gathering new information. I always want to get better at this navigation of life. I would love to continue to build this community up. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. There's going to be more to come. I'm excited about this first topic series, so we'll continue on talking about the rainy season in next week's video. Till then, y'all be good. Bye.